What a week we've had. It's been nothing but rain and wind all week long, so we've not done a great deal down the plot, but I thought I'd just check in and give you a quick update on where we are. So, just over the wind here, it's still really gusty down here today. But just to let you know how much rain we've had, last video we were installing these guttering and everything else on the polytunnel. So it feeds into this one and it goes into this one, and as you can see, this one down here, it's completely full. So now it's actually draining out this hose and just around the side there and out off to the edge of the plot. So in a matter of about 3 or 4 days, we've filled those two. That's 400 litres worth of water there. So at some point we need to get some more just to fill those up. And I think the IBC tank is full. The 2 water butts by the shed are now completely full. Just the ones down by the little polytunnel haven't got any water in them. But we haven't got the guttering on there yet. So once we get that, I'm sure they'll still fill up as well. So absolutely drenched down here. It's pretty much, I mean, all the beds are looking good, and we're not flooded out too much down here yet. That's why we raise our beds up a little bit, because it does get really, really wet when it rains. But let's go to the solitude of the polytunnel. It's a bit warmer, and it's a bit calmer down here. So, let's give you a bit of a progress update. So, we had all those pallets there. We've broken up all the pallets now into strip wood. That's pretty much most of the work that we've been doing while we've been down here, and we've started to put in a couple of beds down here. So I put 2 beds in. I've got the wood down here for another bed that goes along to here. Over here we had this box where the lid was all rotted out, so we made a new lid for that, and at the moment that's just got all our spare polytunnel sheets material in there. And then what we'll do is we're going to create a little rack here just for storing sheets and everything else on there. Just if you want an indication of how much stuff we've done, this is our huge collection of old rusty nails. Bit of wind there on the polytunnel. That's our huge collection of rusty nails to get rid of. And also what we've been doing is we constructed the bench, the little potting table. So as I said before, we had these metal plates here and some of these metal legs, so we just strapped those on, and then we used our self-tapping screws to actually put some edges round, just rounded off the edge at the top here so it's nice and smooth. Put a little box shelf in at the back here so that we've got some stuff storage room. So that's our potting table all done. And then we just sort of put bolted some more strip wood on here, and put some shelving in under here. And then what we might do as well is see how much wood we've got left, is put another little shelf down at the bottom there, or at least just a stand down there, so that anything we put down there is not just right down on the ground. Huge collection of offcuts. Now we've got, so obviously pallet wood comes in various different types and widths and everything else, so it's matching it all up. And we've got some stuff here that's like sort of not particularly great stuff, but it would do for the beds. But we have got some of this, which come off a couple of the pallets, which is some really, really good timber. So I'm going to earmark that for making up some chairs, and depending on how we get on with the beds, I may do that in the next video, or it may be the following video when we try and have a look at getting these up together. So at the moment, as I say, we've got these beds. We've made them 45 wide. That's so that we can get one set of beds on this side, another set of beds on this side, and then we can get some beds down the middle. The idea being that the tomatoes and everything else will go in here, and then we'll put some salad crops potentially in the middle part. Now I've made a separate little, I've not done it in one clean section, I've done it in little boxes. One, because it means that the actual wood doesn't bow out as much because it's supported along the width. And also it's because what I want to do is I've got a couple of plants that I want to put in on this side and the other side. And I don't want, so they're going to be, so we have like tomato plants and everything else in here and in the bed further down. And we'll probably put the cucumbers down in the small polytunnel, because tomatoes and cucumbers, not particularly friendly. They like slightly different conditions, so we'll keep them separate, see how they do this year. And in these boxes, we're going to be putting some other plants which are going to be here more permanently, year in, year out. And we don't want the roots from those growing out from this box into this box. We want them to actually root down into the soil in the bottom. So hopefully these will stop that actually happening. Once we've got these beds made up, I'm just going to give them a quick coating with teak oil or some wood oil. Primarily just because pallet wood's been out in the open and it's really dry, and as I say, varies in different qualities. So we'll give them the best possible chance by just giving them some wood oil just to actually freshen them up and keep the wood nice and sort of like high quality. So hopefully that will mean it will last a little bit longer. And then we're going to line them like we did the outside beds with some plastic sheeting, and then top them up with soil. So that is where we are with the actual polytunnel build. Now, I mean, I've got all my seeds at home at the moment. I've got like tomato seeds and cucumber seeds, and I know a lot of people have actually started their peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers off. I am holding off the temptation to try and actually get those done and put in, primarily because what happens is last year we did them nice and early, and they all did really well, but come mid-March, it's still too cold to put them out, and by that time, rather than being, when they're little seedlings like this, they're easy to store. I can put them in our propagator, and they all sit in our propagator, and it's at home, and it's nice and toasty for them in there. But once they start to grow a little bit and they start getting a little bit taller, indoors it tends to get a little bit warm for them, and so they tend to get a little bit leggy. Out here we can still drop down to minus temperatures, so it's a bit cool for them, even with like the heater on in the greenhouse. And that just means that we've got a house full of tomato and cucumber and pepper plants, which are just taking up the room. So I'm holding off, and I'll probably hold off another week or so, and we'll start making some sowings at the beginning of February. And hopefully that will mean that they're not too big by the time we actually can bring them down here and put them in the greenhouse for growing on. The other thing that I want some help with is these. Now, when you're breaking up pallets, you end up with absolutely tons. I mean, there's a big pile of them down over there in the corner there, and I don't want to waste them and just chuck them away. Obviously there's a few nails and stuff still in them which we can get out, so I'm after ideas really. I thought maybe make a planter out them, or we could hollow them out or route them out and make little trays or something else, but I'm after some creative ideas for what to do with all these little blocks of wood that you get off of pallets, and then find some good ideas from you guys. I will then do a video showing you what I've done with them. So we shall see what we can, your ideas you've got for those. As I say, we've got probably there, I mean, there's about 7 or 8 down there, and over in this pile over here, who knows, there's probably another 30 odd blocks there. So we've got plenty of blocks. I mean, one of the issues is they all come in slightly different shapes and sizes. But let me know what your ideas are for that, and I will see what I can construct. So we'll be cracking on over the next week, getting the rest of these beds made up, and then getting them oiled and lined, and then we have to get some compost soil to actually fill them up. Now the first job in that is going to be that down in the small polytunnel, we're going to completely clear that out. So there's a little bit of soil in the beds there, so we'll use that to line the bottom of these beds in here. And there we go. So as you can probably hear in the background, it is still really, really gusty and windy, but it is nice and sunny in here. It's actually quite toasty in here, whereas outside it is still quite bitterly cold. So I will be getting on with jobs this week and getting these beds done, and I will catch you again soon. And leave down in the comments down below any ideas you got for these blocks, because they'll be grateful for any ideas, as I'm lacking a little bit of inspiration with those at the moment. And we shall catch you again next time. Cheerio.